Now, I'm just gonna say something a little bit, but, um, now, with my, shoulder injury that happened towards the end of September, I guess, has been getting worse. It happened while I was working at Menards East in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and in September when I was trying to pull some carts out, since all their shopping carts have bad wheels. And pretty much their shopping carts are no good. I mean, I tore a muscle. I felt it tear in my shoulder. Mainly in my shoulder blade. But the weird thing is, I've been not only having now, so many months later, it's April 29th, shoulder pain in my shoulder blade, but also in my shoulder right on the edge where my neck is coming to. And when my coworker said I could have a torn rotator cuff in my shoulder. And right now, I'm just worried about, do I need surgery or not if I get this checked up. And, what I know is the doctor ain't gonna allow me to push carts anymore. Another thing is I am gonna try to do an update on Eau Claire Shackle and Snoop at their, hand baskets. Because I am keeping an eye open, but, I'm not sure if I really would want to buy another Shackle shopping cart or not yet. Again, I just been debating because it's like, I don't know if the Chippewa Falls one will let me go in their lawn and garden gate area if I also say I'm willing to buy a shopping cart again and try digging out that 70s first logo red shopping cart. And like I said, from what I seen, it was in between. Only the handlebars were rusted out, but the plastic was in good condition. But my husband at that point, it could be in worse condition once you pull that out from in between them carts. And it'd be a cost of around, with sales tax, $36 and some odd cents. And I don't know if I would have such a good time getting that one in the back of my car. And then where would I put that shopping cart? And what would you do with two shopping carts, And right now, with my husband and I, we don't know if we're going to be moving out of this apartment into a different apartment on hopefully a lower level, or some with utilities included so we can save money, or if we're going to be getting a house, or if we're renewing the lease here in this apartment. And if we renew the lease, which with that said, I gotta watch how many garage sales I go to and that. Otherwise, they'll pull that again and trying to evict us out of here. So, and the other option is, I do have medical insurance. Even I've been thinking about getting so I can have a doctor check on my right shoulder. But then even I see from that, a doctor ain't gonna allow me to push carts. Even if the rotator cuff is not torn and I just need to let that shoulder heal for a month or so. Knowing Menards, they will not put me on a register because they won't want me to. And even though I do have cashier numbers, and they have not used me on the register for a year. So And that's irony. You know, I didn't agree to taking the cart pusher job. They just threw me at it, basically. And the thing is, and if I did, they would cut my hours so bad if I have my shoulder checked. And knowing Menards, they would only want me doing returns. So they'll say, well, we only need you to do returns for 5 or 6 hours a day while that shoulder heals. But then if I wind up needing shoulder surgery and that rotator cuff is indeed torn, then they will want me to do surgery. And I'll be out of work for a month or more. I don't know. It all depends on what a doctor says, but they're going to want an x-ray on my shoulder. And right now I can't really lift that well for 60 pounds or more. Because with my shoulder being bad, even I can't push no more than 6 carts. Because if I try 7, and this has been the kicker, my right knee's condition has gotten worse. So now, if somehow with Menards shopping carts, it's wanting to pull on my knee, my right knee. So my right knee literally has been at work coming out of joint and coming back in the joint at the same time. But that's a sad thing to say, you know, and that hurts. But, now, with, the Eau Claire shackle, I will try to do an update on that one. But it's just a lot easier and safer for me driving to the Chippewa Falls shackle. Even though, yeah, the Eau Claire one has more items in it and is an older building, which was, I think the Eau Claire one was built in the 70s, the Chippewa one was built in the 80s. So, you know, that's what I'm thinking about doing, but like you and I hate to say, even if I were to buy that shopping cart, I also gotta think like a retailer. It'd be so hard to try to resell because you'd have to do local pickup only if you tried selling it online. And there ain't really gonna be anyone local that'll wanna do that. And yeah, even though they would give you a lot of money for that older shopping cart, but we also gotta think that over too. Even I've been having my hopes up that maybe they have hidden some lot older shopping baskets than what I'm seeing. Little hand baskets, you know. And I'm thinking it'd be the Eau Claire one if they did, but it'll be like hidden in their back room. I mean, now here's the crazy thing. I think like the Sears was the first one, because I left Sears before they closed down that store. I think a year before they announced they're closing it. Sears literally had asked me to go buy a fixture from them. And even though they knew, and they said, we know you had worked here before, so, could you do us a favor and buy one of our fixtures? So that's what happened. I wound up buying some fixtures from Sears. Well, with Shackle, since I was trying to get back back in the Shackle, before, I think it was like in November. I was trying to get back in the Shackle before they had announced that they were closing all their stores and which ones they were closing first. Since that manager checked in my background and I did used to work for a Shackle hometown that used to have been Pamida. The manager at the Chippewa Shapko said, well, since you did technically used to work for Shapko, could you buy one of our shopping carts? I'm like looking at the shopping carts. I'm going, holy buckets are big. Well, what would I do with the shopping cart? And it took me a month before I actually keyed in and bought a shopping cart like the manager wanted me to do. So I'm sitting there and going, okay, yeah, you're saying you know that I used to work for the company, but you're asking me literally to go buy a fixture from you. Okay, it was a funny thing, I'll tell you. But like I said, I'm so glad DVR didn't go get me back in the shop, because otherwise I would have been going through a store closing. And that's what I've been watching out for, because it's like, it ain't really worth my time if I leave a permanent job for something that's going to be like a temporary job. So, even with leaving Menards for Target is questionable, because if you want to be a peon there, they're not gonna hire a full-time peon. It's all part-time. And they said the most hours you could get is up to 25 hours a week. Or at least you'd be lucky to get 20 hours a week all year round. Unless they need you real bad, is what they told me at an interview flat out. But a lot of them are telling me, we want you to go be a supervisor like you were at Shopko, and we want to train you better than Shopko. Which gives me a little bit of something to smile about, really, you know. So, but it's like with Menards, they ain't really giving me that push like I'd like, and that these other stores are offering. Gosh, even I think Best Buy was wanting to make me pretty much the supervisor over the front end right away, which blew my mind, and they thought I was qualified right away with not much supervisor experience. I'm like, whoa, you know, that blew me out. I'll tell you that.